Hello, I'm Monica. In this lesson, we will see a simple example of how to send parameters from OpenXava and use them in the report. For this, we will use the last lesson of the OpenXava course. First, let's import the project from lesson 26 of the OpenXava course from the repository github.com OpenXava course en. In code, download the project as a zip file. In OpenXava Studio, right-click in the Package Explorer panel, and click on Import. Select Project from Folder or Archive from General. Click Next. Here, in Archive, open the Explorer and select the file you just downloaded. It will show the available projects or folders to import. Select only the option with Eclipse project in Import As. Click Finish. Done, we have the project, but there are still a few steps to start it. Right-click on the project, Run As, Maven Install. Once it says Success, right-click on the project again, Maven, Update Project. Now, go to the package COM Your Company Invoicing Run and start the project. Right-click on Invoicing, Run As, Java Application. Copy the link and open it in the browser. Log in with admin. We can see that there are already records to take advantage of. Let's go to JasperSoft Studio and create a new report called Product Detail. Remove the sections that we won't need. Our goal is to show some of the properties of the product from the parameters we receive. In the last lesson, we saw how to use static text. We will use it for ID. Then drag a text field and double-click on it. We can see that this element offers much more than static text. It can be used for something as simple as text, as well as for code with simple logic, which in our case would be Java code. For now, let's just leave the text. Remember, it should be in double quotes. Thus, we create several text fields and include the labels of each property we want to show: name, price, category, author, ISBN. In OpenXava Studio, we need to create an action to print the report, so first, let's define it in its controller. Since the product module doesn't have a controller yet, we will create one. Extend from the invoicing controller. For the action, name it Print Product Detail. Leave the class empty. And set the mode to detail so that the action appears there. Finally, choose an icon for the action, for example, a printer. Almost done. We need to create the action class and then specify its path in the empty class field. In the package COM Your Company Invoicing Actions, create a new class called PrintProductAction. Once created, extend it from JasperReport base action. And add the unimplemented methods. In getDataSource, return new JREmptyDataSource. In getJRXML, put the report name. Here in getParameters, we will define the parameters to send. Add an error message to display if the product values are not found in the view where we call the action. Import from OpenXava.validators. Create a map to store the parameters. There are different ways to obtain the information, such as from the database or directly from the view where the action is called. We will choose the first option, perform a JPA query using the product number, which in this case is its ID, retrieve all product information, and add the necessary data to the map. For example, we want to add the product number to the key ID. To do this, define a product. And create a get method for that product. If the product is null when we try to obtain it, we take the number from the current view and use it to search for the product in our database using JPA. With getView, we get the current view. And from that view we want to get an int value with the parameter number. In this case, we are obtaining it from here. This parameter should be named the same as the property declared in the class. Now perform the JPA query using the number we obtained. And finally return the product. In the parameters, we will set ID as the key in getProduct.getNumber as its value. Do the same for all the information we want to send. There are two things to note. The product number is of type int, so we are sending an int type in the map. Also, for the author and category, we are sending more relevant information directly, not just their IDs. Return the map and save it. Go back to the controller and in the class field, put the full path of the action. Now we have the action that sends parameters to the report. In the report, we also need to create parameters. Do this from the outline panel. Right-click on Parameters and select Create Parameter. Select the created parameter 1 element, it should already be selected. In the Properties panel of the element, name it ID. and set its class to integer. Each parameter we send from the action should have a corresponding parameter in the report to receive it. For example, if we send an ID parameter of type int, then the report should have a parameter named ID and of class integer. Create the other 6 parameters in the report in the same way. The ID text in the report, as it was static text, should be shown using a text field to display the parameter value. In the text field, use the $P for parameter, and the parameter name in curly braces. For other fields, since we already had a text field, add a plus sign before the parameter, as if constructing a string in Java. You can also drag the parameter element directly from the outline panel and then add the text. Once everything is ready, save and copy the report to the reports folder, which you should create in the project. Now you can start the application. Test with one of the records and see the results. Working with parameters is interesting. You can send whatever you want as a parameter, lists, collections, and more. Then, in the report, you receive them with the appropriate data type to work with. If you have any questions about this lesson, you can ask us on the forum. You can also download the code for this lesson from the repository link. Both links are in the video description. See you in the next lesson where we will learn how to work with images in the report. Bye.